Hi, it's Jan at JDK Counseling. I want to talk with you all today about resilience, which is a very important topic right now in this time of great national trauma and darkness in many cases. It's like we're experiencing the 1918 flu pandemic, the 1960s and the riots and the protests of that time and the Great Depression all at one time, all sandwiched together in multiple national shock traumas. And I spoke a few weeks ago to you all about national shock trauma with the start of the pandemic and how our moods, our tendency towards depression or anxiety, and our coping skills are all exaggerated, greatly exaggerated at this point. This does this even more, the fact that we're, as a country and as individuals, experiencing multiple traumas all at one time. And it's hard. And many people now are really feeling hopeless and powerless and rudderless. We don't know what to do. We have no direction, feeling a tremendous amount of grief and wondering, are we ever going to get past this? Is there any way out of this? So many losses, so much confusion, so much angst and questions about it. And this is where resilience comes in. We think of resilience as bouncing back, that we have to think about what do we want to bounce back to. And the reality is we are not going to bounce back to something that was before. That our way of life really truly is forever changed. And we don't know exactly what that's going to look like right now. And we're actually living in an illusion if we think we're going to go back exactly to the way things were. But what resilience is the ability to get back up after we have been knocked down individually and collectively and come back at least as strong as we were before, and hopefully even stronger, in that we've learned and grown from the experience. And what it takes to do that is a certain set of skills. Some people are born with a more of a genetic predisposition and personality towards doing this, and certainly our environment and growing up affect our ability to do that sort of naturally. But there are skills to be resilient that every person can learn. We need to learn to adapt, to accept, to evaluate reality as it is. We need to learn the skills to emotionally heal, to manage and own the grief, to express our emotions appropriately, to claim the power that we have in appropriate, mature adult ways, to define and redefine new goals that fit with our values, and to really evaluate if we're living into the values that we profess, or if those values are some sort of out there kind of thing, and then there's the reality of the way we live our daily lives. We need to look at how we think. Are we engaged in complete negative thought patterns? Are our thinking patterns around the lines of cognitive distortions, where we catastrophize, where we generalize, where we do a lot of all or nothing thinking, black and white thinking, assuming we know what others are thinking? If you Google cognitive distortions, you can find, depending upon the list, 10 to 15. And identify your sort of natural ways of thinking that we default to, especially when we're under stress, that may be getting in your way right now of evaluating and keeping you from being a resilient person. To be resilient, we need to learn how to emotionally self-regulate. And we have been living in a culture where self-regulation has not been a primary thing, but immediate relief and gratification of pain or discomfort or boredom or questions has been sort of the norm. So we need to build our skills back up again with that. We need to learn how to reconnect with the integrity and the honesty of ourselves and who we are as people, and those closest to us, family, friends, colleagues, and a bigger purpose. All of these skills can be taught, they can be learned, they can be re-examined. There is hope for all of this, but we need to do our part to do this together. If you need some coaching around this, there are people like me who can coach these skills. You may not need therapy, you may just need some coaching. You may need some help with self-care. You may need some help determining whether this is truly anxiety or depression that you're struggling with as you're going through this, and to take care of that first and then build up the resilience skills. But either way, resilience as individuals and as people is something we can accomplish, but we need to work at it during this really difficult time. If you need some help with that, call someone, email someone like me. Get a hold of me, Jan at therapysecure.com. There are people in your state, in your area, who know about these things and who can help. I will look forward to hearing from you. If you need help, if you need some encouragement, please get a hold of me, or also please forward this to anyone who might find this helpful. We are going through a very complex time of multiple national shock traumas, but we can get through this. We can build the resilience to get through this as a people. Take good care, be well, contact me if needed, Jan at therapysecure.com, and share this with anyone who might find it helpful. Thank you.